Hey guys, this is Dave with Valor Fire Training again, and I wanted to take a second to talk about something that happened at FDIC. This actually came out of FDIC, blew up on social media, and it was something that caught my attention and it brought up a bigger discussion that we've been having for the better part of 2 years. So, for those of you that didn't see the post, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue had a vehicle at FDIC, and in the cab, lo and behold, it had air pack seats. And so this blew up on social media from a couple of instructors that posted about it. And I wanted to bring up the bigger discussion that came out of this, which is the fact that if we try things and it's not working, we can go back. And I feel like the fire service has kind of departed from that thought process. I know for us as firefighters, it's been very top down at times because of the decision making, right? You get a memo that says, hey, effective immediately, we're doing this. Or, hey, effective on this date, we're switching to this product. And there may or may not be a lot of input into that. But having the idea that we can try something different, and if it doesn't work, we can switch back to something else is huge. And I want to give a huge shout out to Miami-Dade Fire Rescue because what they did is they actually went outside the box when everyone in the world, and when I say everyone, I mean like almost everybody, was like, they're really taking the air packs out of the seats? And it wasn't unique to just them. There's a lot of departments that have done this. But the difference is that they realized after putting these trucks in service without air packs in the cab that it wasn't working and that they didn't like what it was doing to their response. And so they decided to go back. And not unlike them in a different situation, just maybe 5-6 years ago, we bought our first 750-gallon battle wagon. It's got an ultra low hose bed. And what our department was used to was the 20-foot tall ladder on the side to get up to the hose bed. The only thing that's in there is LDH. And so we didn't know what to do with the hose bed. We didn't know what hose to put in there. We didn't know how to configure it. And so what we did was we reached out to people that do, and we got a bunch of different options and we tried them until we found one that worked. And so it was probably over a dozen things that we tried of different hose loads, horseshoe, Minuteman, triple layer, all these different types of hose loads. And we would go out in the district, we'd pull the lines and we'd see what worked and what didn't. And if it didn't work, we'd go back to the drawing board and we might tweak something. We might move a divider. We might put something on a different side. And even after we put it in service, we found on several calls that it didn't do what we thought it was going to do because of human error or because of outside environmental things. And so what we did is went back to the drawing board. And so our administration has always fostered, and therefore I have been able to foster the thought process that we can try anything within reason. Yeah, there's going to be budgetary concerns. There's going to be other things, but we can try anything that we want to try. And if it doesn't work, we can always go back. So I don't care if you use triple load or Minuteman. I don't care if you use a horseshoe bundle or 5-inch LDH or 4-inch LDH. You have to find what works for you. But what I'd love to see more people do is have the thought process that, hey, we're going to try this. And if it doesn't work, we can always go back. And I think that a lot of things in the fire service would change a lot more positively if that was the mindset. We wouldn't be stuck in the, well, we've always done it this way, or we're going to buy a brand new truck with a brand new configuration, but we're going to put the same equipment in the same spot because that's where it's always been. If you try something in a compartment and it doesn't work, move it. The last thing that I want to touch on is the clean cab concept. I've been saying this for a long time. I know a lot of other people have too. I support clean cab. I always have, and I always will. The clean cab that I support is the one where we take our equipment, we decontaminate it, we use the $1,000 plus machines to disinfect and clean things. We use the extractors to clean our gear, and then we put it back on the truck because that's what the public deserves and that's what they expect. When we were having these open discussions on social media, I don't know about you guys, but I had people who were citizens, friends of mine, family members of mine, who were reaching out to me and saying, hey, I saw this on Facebook in this discussion. What do they mean that they have to put their gear on once they get to the fire? And so I would explain, hey, this is the concept that they're trying. And what their response was to me was, hey, do you know anybody that I can get a hold of to let them know that if my house is on fire or my family is trapped, I want them to come off that truck with their stuff on. I want them to be faster and be able to get in there and save my family. And that's a hard discussion to have. It's a really hard discussion to try to explain to somebody who doesn't know anything about our business. But what we're finding is that a lot of firefighters and a lot of departments and a lot of manufacturers are starting to understand that we have to find that balance. We can't just have a completely sterile cab with nothing inside of it. We just have to be smart about it. So continue washing your gear on scene. Continue taking your stuff off as soon as you can. Continue taking showers as soon as you get back or as soon as you can. When you're cleaning and decontaminating the equipment, don't forget to put on gloves. I've been guilty of it too. I've gotten done decontaminating myself and then gone to clean my equipment and my gear, and then I'm recontaminated. I have sooty stuff all over my hands. So wear gloves. If it's really contaminated, put on a N95 mask. We have a lot of them right now. But protect your airway. So those are all things that we can do. Keep pushing for things that make sense and keep pushing for change. Okay. The fire service is prone to change, and without it, we'd still be fighting fires with buckets. So until the next time we talk, take care, be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.